Howsy gozy slugger, it's me, Banana Peppers, and today I will regale you of the tales of some of the most notable and prominent Roblox myths of time past. Yes, I will delve into the now withered myth community and pull from its older morsels. For this very important and official documentary, we will be looking into the few instances of official Roblox myths from the corporation itself, as I think it'll make for a good stepping off point for our myth history, and it also makes for an interesting video. And as any good historian starts, we shall begin with the museum.
This museum is owned and operated by Banana Peppers Incorporated and therefore is possibly sanctioned by biases and to other consumers may be seen in a way that could be construed as to that without clear neutrality.
First, we can begin with what is most likely the most notable and important. John and Jane Doe were the ID-numbered second and third Roblox accounts created. Officially, they were created on June 25th, 2005, but they were both listed to be created on February 27th, 2006. They were at one point known to play games and join other players. If one was online, both were, until sometime in 2015 to 2016 when both went offline for the final time. And the last that they were seen by players was when Roblox left their alpha stage in 2006. They both sported a simple outfit, yellow skin, yellow shirt, and blue pants, with Jane having the pink woman hair and both having the Roblox trademark smile. After their disappearance, the Does began to be speculated hackers or ghostly figures. Where their infamy began, 2017, players began a rumor that the Does would come back online to hack Roblox. A notable name spreading this information would be a YouTuber named Kazakh. It was said that on March 18th, 2017 that John and Jane Doe would finally return to Roblox and hack the site. And did it happen? You already know the answer. John and Jane Doe didn't do a thing, and on March 21st, 2017, Roblox released a blog post explaining that it was all a hoax. These people were actually just accounts made by the creators of Roblox for testing purposes, specifically to join players inside games so that they wouldn't be alone. This is noted in the description of both accounts, which at one point read,
"Back then we had 0 players. When a player logged in, the whole office would stop working to get in game to make sure he had someone to play with. We even considered hiring a high school kid to play Roblox all summer as a job."
Along with the blog post came a complete account wipe. The friends list were cleared of the exploiters that would friend the accounts. The outfits would be completely changed, the iconic yellow being replaced with a dull gray and white, and the accounts once again left barren to sit in the infamy of Roblox. John and Jane may not have been real people, but the story that followed them is one that many real people conjured together to become the first real official Roblox myth. Speaking of official, there's a long forgotten official feature that Roblox had at one point that ceased to exist by 2017. Let's talk about guests were at one point a core feature of Roblox. My first memories of the game were spent as a guest trying to figure out the game I was playing. Guests were for those who didn't know how to make or didn't want a full account. This did restrict them a bit. They couldn't name themselves and were randomly assigned a number between 1 and 9,999. They were unable to chat, change their avatar, or friend others. The humble guests only had 3 choices of avatar. Starting in 2009, they looked closer to the official Roblox account with 2 gender options. Male being Billy Bloxer, a cube-shaped avatar with the original guest clothing, being the Roblox logo on the front of the shirt and text on the back saying,
"Make a free account to change how you look."
The female option, being Betty Bloxer, was about the same with the cap replaced with the pink hair. July of 2016 was when the avatar would change to 3 options. Billy Bloxer was changed to the Robloxian 2.0 body type, with his cap replaced with blue hair and his outfit replaced with the Roblox jacket and black jeans. Betty Bloxer followed suit, with her hair only being changed to the lavender updo. And newly, there was the default guest, again following the changes but now with the Roblox R baseball cap instead of hair. Guest accounts were often used to hack and then ban evade, which is when rumors began to swirl of these hacking guests, which would culminate into one story. A guest 666 being shown as the default guest avatar with glowing red eyes and black skin. A rogue guest that would corrupt games and hack users. Sporting the number of Satan, series would begin to be made of this guest 666. Witness accounts of it. But as could be expected, it was another silly story of a fake hacker. And by the guest removal of 2017, the story faded out into nothing. Guest 666 wasn't even its own account. A group of stories mixed into one to create some demonic entity to haunt Roblox. Which kind of reminds me of another story. Another demonic entity to hack Roblox. Created October 25th, 2007, known as the evil within the official story of Roblox. Yes, at one point, there was an official lore to Roblox. And in this lore, stated in the first ever blog post known as the Chronicles of Roblox, starts with the story of a character known as 2x2. I'm just gonna call him 2x2 because that makes sense. Obviously. And 2x2 was known as the first brick, the first birth of creation in his story. It reads,
In the beginning there was an empty darkness. The only thing in this void was a black brick. 2-by-2.a circumflex. 2x2 was the alpha brick. The first. Copied, pasted, and recolored a million times. Robloxia was built out of nothing from the images of 2x2. These were the early days.
After that, the Necro-Robloxicon hat was created with the description of,
And there came into this world a great darkness. A being of pure hatred with the name of 1x1x1x1, or, in later ages, simply the adversary. 1x1x1x1 is an entity from the fourth dimension who loathes Robloxia for its 3D-ness and has vowed to destroy it. 1x1x1x1 was imprisoned by 2x2 at the dawn of time, yet there are those who seek to free him.
one day after of which the account 1x1x1x1 would be created. It said that 1x would originally have had a black and green avatar with the Roblox R on his chest, but that was before his account was wiped, his username stolen, and then banned. I'll explain a little more right now. May 25th, 2010, the account was compromised and the user was changed from 1x to request 59245234857238947 due to a name reset exploit. The account was terminated and the avatar, which at the time was a supposedly green and black avatar, was returned to a regular blocky avatar with yellow skin, blue pants, and a red shirt. After that, another account stole the username, which is often cited to be like the roundy head version of 1x. But that account inevitably got banned, with the 1x account being renamed to Roblox user 81619. After all this, he was given a complete redesign through the Roblox Toys as a Series 2 toy, where he wears an all-black outfit with a partially visible skeleton torso with a green domino crown, red eyes, and zipper mouth. 1x has been hinted at and seen in a lot of official Roblox content, especially in events held by Roblox themselves, as a boss or a mysterious entity. Occasionally, Roblox will also release avatar items hinting to him. I tried looking further into his actual story. It's a bit all over the place and usually extremely vague. And that's mainly because Roblox never really planned for him to have a story. Originally, he was made by Shedletsky as a bit of fun to add to the Chronicles of Roblox as a representation of evil. So his story can really be watered down to the evil and the enemy of 2x, which honestly I don't really mind, considering he's maybe the only Roblox Myth that will ever be acknowledged or created by Roblox themselves. And also because he was almost made like a decade ago now. To this day, 1x is both remembered and used by Roblox officially all the time, making him the only completely official Roblox Myth acknowledged by the corporation itself, which I can appreciate. I was debating putting Noli in this video, but I felt that it made the most sense considering that there isn't a singular prominent interpretation of the story. An unknown account named Noli would be created at some point in the early years of Roblox, sometime between 2006 to 2007. This account would become glitched and had a strange feature causing it to be unable to be seen or clicked on before being sent back to the Roblox homepage. The account had no information, date of creation, or present avatar preview. A complete digital ghost. Noli wasn't just a terminated account, as those wouldn't be visible on the site anyway. Noli was still somewhat there. Soon, a group early on called the Lost Void would be created by a user named Chowda00, stating an entity named Noli was going to be the fifth sequence of 1x1x1, and that he would destroy Roblox. a sequence of 5 hackers to end Roblox completely. The Lost Voids got their name from an item called the Void Star an old Roblox had. Later on, another user named would make the most well-known interpretation of Noli between 2007 to 2012. In this interpretation, he builds off the use of the Void Star from the Lost Void. It's described in the story of Noli, a regular user who was corrupted after being the first user to access the Void Star, and that it would affect his psychological and physical health both in Roblox and reality. He would emit dark, ominous aura and corrupt anything he came in contact with, after which he would begin to have cults develop around him, the most important being the Void Cult, which in its own is its own Roblox myth, and we're not getting into that. The first documented occurrence of Noli came from February of 2010 by a user named who would create 2 forum posts talking about the strangeness of the account. A day after these posts, an account would be created named which would hold the most popular Noli related content, being the use of the tragedy mask and the game titled The Tempest. I'll be calling him S.Noli for short. S.Noli was created February 26, 2010 and created The Tempest not long after. The game is comprised of a black temple with a figure named ASPX. Moving behind the temple, you end up on an island where you can find another version of ASPX named ASPX.ZDP. All these different mixture of takes on the original Noli account would also give way to future myths who would either base their story around Noli or build off the original story. These would include the aforementioned Lost Void and Void Cult, but also the Cole family, Lysis, Oven Mites, and Bloody Void. But I'm sure there's more than that, let's be honest. There's been 2 occasions where Noli is referenced by Roblox moderators themselves as well, on the forum, calling him a glitch but also saying, there is no prophecy, but there is also no Noli. Noli, like many of the myths that will come after him, have no confirmed story, but it's not for the same reasons. Noli suffers from not having an actual origin, just renditions of an idea. But I think that's where some of the charm comes from Noli, and why he's such an iconic legacy figure in the myth community as a whole. Speaking of, this series of me talking about old Roblox myths is not to dig up the past or anything. The age of myths is gone, and I'm not planning on reviving it, okay? Especially not the controversies, the many controversies. I just want to memorialize the myths of the past while giving a brief history about them. I don't know how many myth videos I'll make, or how frequently, but I'm sure I'll have some fun with them. I mean, this one was fun, so yeah. This one alone took some time to make, considering I made this entire map as well, just for this. I mean, I didn't have to, but like, I wanted to. And it's available to play. If you go on my Roblox account, you can find it. That's about it. Glad we had this very insightful chat about Roblox myths. I think this video is gonna be like 10 minutes or whatever. Okay, bye.